But with desertation, one of the biggest ways we're going to be able to solve this and get more land back, to grow more food, so we can expand our numbers, so we can live in abundance. The way we're going to do this is by returning the soil back to the land.
Let's talk about facts.
If you want to have intellectual discussions.
Spiritually oriented, very beautiful farm.
Who you are beyond the personality.
I'm a human being, same as you. Be who you are.
But to answer your question,
What is really going on? And let's get into this.
And what is happening, Wirgo Warriors? Welcome to the wonderful world of Wirgo, the place where we could ask what is really going on. Now today, just a few chats in the park, talking about some topics, doing some lighting, sound testing with our new cameras. So we'll go for this one. All these talks, guys, we're going to be repeating more in a professional stance and be asking people questions about these. But this one is to do with veganism. Now, I found a lot of good virtues, great practices within the ideology of veganism, but the problem is, like most things is, you now have vegan extremists that they're not happy if you haven't made the exact choices they've made, or you don't see things the way they see things, and they will turn on you. They will turn on you in the most hatred of ways. They'll ignore you, make you sound horrific, make you sound horrible, and they will do all this to you, because they're doing it to me at the moment. Because what I'm saying is, I don't call myself an ex-vegan or something. I took on the vegan diet to see what it was all about. I liked it, felt better. There was something missing for me because I built this entire body, this entire thing on meat and dairy and all these things. So like for a good 9 years, see, it's not going to feel right with me. I guess my body's going to do some changes. I'm trying to eat more fruits and things like that. Don't forget, guys, you can't just start eating up fruits and all these good foods and think you're going to feel great. That's not going to happen for most of us. Some of us maybe. You have to give your body time to rebuild your body on things like fruits and vegetables, nuts, fungus, you know, them kind of things that you're going to be building your body on, or whatever you've chosen to. You need time to get off all the junk. You need to limit it and limit it and limit it until it's not needed anymore. And what you do is you find that once you build your body with the correct cells that are made from the correct materials, you're then going to be able to eat those correct materials and then give yourself greater energy than you've ever given yourself and feel a lot better. And that's what it's all about. Sorry about that, guys. I had to stop the gazebo from blowing away. We're setting up and working it all out, aren't we? Oh, it looks better now. Anyway, I think what I was talking about is the veganism, and what I'm saying, right, I'm just going to give you my perspective on this, right? The reason why I eat meat and I hate like things like lamb and stuff within this is simply because, within this diet I meant, is simply because I believe there's a symbiosis we have to take up with cattle. I believe that one of the best ways to save this planet from desertation, which is one of the biggest threats I see at the moment, again, I could be incorrect on this, guys, tell me what you think I'm incorrect, I would like to learn. But with desertation, one of the biggest ways we're going to be able to solve this and get more land back, to grow more food, so we can expand our numbers, so we can live in abundance. The way we're going to do this is by returning the soil back to the land. And the only way we're going to do this is by, it's not the only way. I shouldn't say that because I don't know it's the only way. What I mean to say is the best way that I can see to do this is to, hear me out, lower our population for now, which I believe they're working on. As in, like, everybody start thinking, should we be having 5 kids per household? I don't think that's what you should be doing at all. I have to put good theory to that, so for now just call it my opinion, which I'm working on, that could change. But what I am saying is that desertation, the best way to solve desertation is with cattle. So we need to lower our population just so we can up the population of cattle. So that means that most of the food that we grow now, I would love for us to feed more to the cattle. And then, of course, there has to be a symbiosis. I think I'm saying that word right. We'll find out. I'm just throwing my thick. But what I mean is, we're going to have to get to a point where we're going to look at possibly, well, give me a second, guys. Let me see if I can, yeah, sorry about that. Just realised half my head got the top. I'm doing my best just to look at the camera. It's hard, but I'm doing that. This is a different camera I got to use, so it's a little different for us. So I think that there has to be a relationship whereby we may have to eat cattle just to keep our population alive with food and things. The more cattle we have, the more food we are creating for ourselves, and less food that we can grow for ourselves because we have to give it to the cattle because we need more of the cattle. Ship it out all over the world, start fixing desertation, gaining more land for food. I mean, why aren't people looking at this? Why and who will looking at this? Our food and fresh water. We need that. Surely they're you go to a desert island, the first thing you'll be looking for is food, water, and shelter. There seems to be plenty of shelter, not plenty of food and water. And for some of us, they might go, oh, we got loads of food and water. Or they might go, my name's Lizzo, I can keep eating as many burgers as I want. There's no fat jokes in there, by the way. I see an illness in people. No, I don't call people fat. I think that's an ugly word to use with people, whether people think it's correct or not. But what I'm saying is there's an element of gluttony there. Now, I'm not saying it's purposely being gluttonful, Lizzo, or any of them like that. Don't like to go against people. I think that there's reasons behind everything. But it is gluttony to me. While there are children starving for food, there are people saying, eat as much as you can. Instead of, hey guys, there are children starving for food, let's purchase some extra and send it over to them, or send them money or whatever to the charities that are looking after them. Any of these things can be done, but no, we've been told, no, eat more food, shovel it down your mouth. Great for your heart, great for the world. No, there's definitely an element of selfishness and narcissism there that you're not evil if you're doing this. Lizzo's not evil or anything like that. She's a perfectly beautiful human being. But I do think there's delusions in Lizzo's head that is making her think that what she's doing is good and virtuous, and she should be teaching people to do this, instead of looking at what people refer to as the bigger picture, outside the box. I like what I've recently been taught, I've never been in the box, to think outside it. But yeah, I generally think that veganism is a virtuous cause. It's a virtuous cause and one needed, but it's not one we need to put in full practice straight away. We need to lower our population, up the population of cattle, have a symbiosis relationship where we have to eat the cattle due to the fact that we have to feed, and then as more and more of our land comes back to us, more and more food is in, there's going to get to the point where we won't need to eat the cattle. The food we'll be producing will feed the cattle and us, and then we can look at, like I said, there are people working with insects and fungi and things to replace the products that obviously everybody's addicted to get us off that. But then, again, they're getting filled with estrogen-based things like soy, and I don't think that's good for you either. It's an enslaving thing because obviously it drops testosterone. Look, that's my little take on it. I'm not going to go too deep in there. I want to see what people think, what people's ideas are, and this is something that's going to evolve over time. I do plan on going out and meeting vegans and basically shutting them down because I'll ask the right questions. I've done it so many times now, and they don't like me. If I turn up, I think they start packing up and going home. It's the same as religious people. When I see religious people out on the street, it's going to be brilliant. No, don't go against them. Don't see them as freaks or anything like that. Some people may say, see them as very loving beings who may perceive the world a little bit different. And when I show them, I don't mean tell them, I mean show them some of the errors and mistakes they may be making. They either often admit that I'm correct and thank you very much, and they just get rid of me as fast as they possibly can, or they have a narcissistical breakdown and try to ad hominem attack me and all sorts. It's crazy. Alright, Wirgo, what is harmony?